This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe it's a first game of the series thing for the Rangers. Brutal loss last night, really nice win tonight as they rout the Angels by the final of 13-1 to even up the series. What a game, and what a nice salute. I use the word salute to the all-star voters who gave him the snub. Nathan Evaldi responded to that all-star snub in the right way, and he did his thing, and the Rangers got a much needed win tonight. Again, 13-1, they hammer the Halos. All right, here we go. Welcome into the Rangers POSTCAST, your team every day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you so much for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That is where you'll find the great work of Bryce Patrick every single day. And I know Bryce will have a lot to say coming up tomorrow on this one. And I know he'll be pleased and definitely enjoying baseball and enjoying this win tonight.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, a lot of good things to talk about. A great start, as I said, for Nathan Evaldi. Nice bounce back, not a bounce back, but just one of those starts where if you're Nate, you can't afford to lose another game, especially after last night and blowing a Jacob deGrom start the way that they did. So we'll get into that, and we will talk all about the offense. Plus, we've got Rangers signing off the field and an update on both Rowdy Tellez and Josh Young, who made their Round Rock debuts earlier tonight. We'll have all that for you coming up as well. But let's real quickly break down this game. Also, coming up in segment number 2, we're going to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew. But we had I had a show meeting today, and I'll get into that with you and share a little bit of that with you as well coming up here in just a bit. But hey, no doubt, I think, for the Rangers after the tough one last night, kind of a tough start to this one tonight, or at least for Josh Smith, whose two-base error gave the Angels that unearned run and a quick 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. But Nathan Evaldi didn't get rattled, kept doing his thing until the Rangers eventually responded with a high 5 in the top of the 4th inning, 3 walks to load the bases, and then came the hits. Finally, there were no hits for the Rangers until that point, until Wyatt Langford blasted a 2-run double to left. Evan Carter followed with a 2-run ground rule double before Jake Berger brought home another run. That put Texas up 5-1. By the way, that was the first 5-run inning for the Rangers since the Minnesota trip. But wait, there's more. In the top of the 5th, a hit and 2 more walks to load the bases again. And then with 2 outs, Evan Carter gets the bases loaded walk, and then Jake Berger a 2-run single. Also, Kyle Higashioka enjoying his return to SoCal with an RBI single. That made it 9-1. And in case you're wondering, that would be the Rangers' first back-to-back 4-run innings since late July of 2023, the World Series season. So who knows? Maybe that will be a good sign. And then in the top of the 6th, Corey Seager, a leadoff bomb to right. Jake Berger, a leadoff blast in the 7th. Wyatt Langford, a 2-run shot to left. And again, the Rangers get two more in the one more in the 7th, two more in the 8th. They go on to win it 13-1 on 12 hits as they absolutely demolish the Angels. And hey, you know what? Jose Soriano, decent pitcher. Rangers really got to him, and what a difference I thought Nathan Evaldi made in this one as well. I mean, last night the Angels were ready. They were aggressive. They were coming after Jacob deGrom. They really fought hard and really tried to impose their will in the opener last night. And then you flip it around to today, and Nathan Evaldi just completely shut them down. I mean, just did a really, really good job. Excellent start. Again, probably could have gone one more inning. Bruce Bochy had said before the game he was thinking 85 pitches. I think Nate ended up with 72 tonight, so he might have been able to push it one more. But hey, I'm okay with that. I think Bruce is realizing Nate's going to have the big game this weekend against the Astros, so I'm okay with him saving that. Dane Dunning came in, and Ezekiel Duran. I know it's funny and it feels good right now in a 13-1 win, but I've said this before. It's just me. I'm not a hater. I'm not hating. I just think position players pitching in big league games is just brutal. I mean, embarrassing to me. But that's me. I'm old school. It is what it is. I'm not going to change anyone's mind. I get it. You don't need to sell me on it. I'm just never going to be okay with it. I'm always like, hey, you're a big league club. You have big league pitchers on your roster. You need to get the outs, get the 27 outs, and be done with it. But hey, it is what it is, and we'll fight another battle another time. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, we are going to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew. Also, let you know what's going on with the Rangers off the field and give you a little bit of an update with Rowdy and Josh Young. That's coming up next. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. All right, well, as you know, it's that time of the year. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach, and it's really easy to use. Really fast to pay out, makes even regular season games feel more like must-watch events. So if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. And if you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like a burst pipe. If the first plumber didn't answer, did you wait? Nope, you called the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important, and that's why you need Open Phone. Open Phone is the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. Now, here's a cool thing. Your whole team can share one number and respond to customers like a shared inbox. No more, hey, who's handling this? So Open Phone right now is offering Locked On POSTCAST listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. That's openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. And if you have existing numbers with another service, Open Phone will port them over at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Okay, we are back. The Rangers postcast. Great to be with you on this Tuesday night. The Rangers roll over the Angels in Anaheim to even up the 4-game series, 13-1. All right, let's get you the news of the day. I tried searching around. I probably could have spent more time, but I didn't. All I know is that at Round Rock tonight, taking on Albuquerque in the 4th inning, Rowdy Tellez, batting left, hit an opposite field home run to left, and Josh Young scored. That's all I know. I don't know what they did. I don't know what Young did. Man, it's one of my pet peeves. I understand the world that we live in, and everybody's trying to make a little extra cash. I get it, but you go to these websites, and I'm not going to mention anyone's name, but you go to a website to try to get some info, and the spam and the pop-ups, and I mean, it just debilitates. It's not even worth it. So here's a good tease / cross promotion. I know that Bryce will have all the info on what Rowdy and Josh Young did tomorrow, but I can tell you again, I do know that Rowdy hit a home run, and again, hopefully he'll do well, and hopefully Josh Young will do well, and they'll be back up soon. Also, remember Billy McKinney? Remember the Rangers signed him during the homestand, then they DFA'd him. Well, he was DFA'd for about a week, less than a week, and now he is back. He signed with Round Rock, and he is back with the team. So good for him. Good for him. And really quickly, we had a big show meeting, nothing negative. One of the things that the bosses really love, they love the comment crew. They love the fact that they're now called you guys are called the Rangers comment crew. The only thing with me is they said, hey, we gotta keep it around 20 minutes. And I told them, but for me, I like connecting with everybody that comments. And they said, well, they understand that, but I'm not going to be able to read every single comment every show. So I'm just letting you know that I'm going to do the best I can to get in as many as I can, but please know it's not a personal thing, not an ego thing. They just want me to kind of keep the show moving a little tighter, a little more efficient, a little smoother. So we're going to be doing that now moving forward. So hope you can understand that. And again, we're just trying to clean it up and for a lot more of, trying to balance it out and keep the show flowing and make it around that 20-minute range. All right, let's get going. Leading us off is Alf. Good evening, Alf, and good evening to your wife, Shirley, as well. Hope you both are doing well. Hope you enjoy the game tonight. Walkamania. What a game. Love these Rangers. Love seeing Nasty Nate dealing again. Peagle up. Yeah, absolutely. Good to see the walks, as you said, too. 9 walks tonight for the Rangers. That is good. Hey, I think it was Sean McFarland of Dallas Morning News said that the Rangers hitters swing at like 49%, over 49% of their pitches, which is like a really high number. So if they can kind of bring that down a little bit and try to increase the walks and just have better at bats and just more command of the strike zone, that will help. And again, we're not talking about, they just need to score a little bit more, and they'll start winning these games. And I think Mike Bassick made a great point. If they can go on a little run here and start winning 6 out of 10 instead of going 5-5, you do that for a stretch, you'll be able to move up a little bit. All right, Denise Long, how about them Rangers? We're going back to the playoffs this year. Tell me I'm wrong. Peagle up. I hope you're right, Denise. I hope I really. The one thing I have said, and I think several others have said consistently, is hard to do much worse offensively than what we've seen the Rangers go through already in this first half. So the point being is they should get better. They can only really get better and go up. So hopefully that will be the case. Good evening, Shirley. What a win. I'm with you. Duran, our next days. Alf says he's better than Martin. Rockland Revolution says, hell yeah, go Rangers. D-85G says, what a clutch win. Needed that one. Great to see Langford get a couple of pitches to hit. Let's hope he goes on a tear in the second half of the season. I think he and Carter are going to be the keys. I'm with you there. They need to look, I mean, they need everybody to contribute, but yeah, without a doubt, I think White and Carter, if they can really get going, they need that. It's time. It's time. They need them to get going. Thank you, Al, for the kind words. Jason Arias says, first of all, my thoughts and prayers are with all the people affected by the floods. May God bless the victims and their families. Yeah, no doubt. We are praying for them and thinking about them and lifting them up as well. Nice to see the Rangers and the Astros as well, both donating $1 million apiece to the efforts there. It's going to help when they try to rebuild and try to get back to some kind of normalcy. But yeah, without a doubt, more important, nice to see the Angels do a moment of silence tonight before the game. I thought that was classy, and good to hear Bruce Bochy talking about it. Also, speaking of Boch, I don't know if you caught the reports from after the game last night, but apparently Bruce, after the loss last night, he was pretty chapped. He apparently slammed his phone and hat down, and before one of the reporters could even get their question out, he said, there are no answers. So he's frustrated, and maybe they got the message in the clubhouse that this is enough now. We'll see. BB says, man, maybe I need to start not caring. They got Duran to pitch and had Hellman at shortstop, if I'm not mistaken, and they started being down by 1. Yeah. 1-0, and then 13 unanswered. And as you said, BB, the more you don't care, the better they do. Camp Mystic forever in our hearts. Yep. Thank you for that. Alf Isaac says, what a win. Duran is perfect when he pitches. Good offense tonight, good defense. Maybe the Rangers should start from behind more often. Yeah, very nice. D-85 says, as much as anyone that follows baseball wants to talk about this team, only the true ones that watch every game can say that if we can score runs, we are a given. We are the best team in the AL. Isaac says the first 9 runs were small ball, then the last 4 were from 3 home runs. How perfect. Yeah, I'm with you. Very well said. Looking forward to that big grin, Jeff. Every time we win, you started off with a big grin. Thank you, Denise, for noticing. Yeah, I take these losses hard. So anyway, that was tough. Alf says this is how we should be playing. Isaac says Rangers better do it again tomorrow. Alf, yeah, we had a couple of things. To your question, we had see these graphics and the picture that I put up. All of that system crashed last night about 15 minutes before the game. So I was scrambling, trying to come up with some way to navigate around that. It was late, and that loss was brutal. So I appreciate your concerns, Alf. Thank you. No, everything was good. That was just kind of a bad night. And I had a really, really long day before that, but all good. Thank you. And thank you, John Crabtree. The Rangers love giving the fans false hope. Ouch. Ouch. That hurt, John. I like the cheese. There we go. And finally, one more from Train Guy. Hello, everyone. Denise, do I watch every game before we come? Yeah, I do. I sit here in my little office studio and watch every game and take notes, and too many notes sometimes. Noah Day, great win. Thank you for the kind words. And lastly, James Eustace, glad I woke up for that one. And Jose G says Rangers will follow up with a 1-run game. Watch tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But Denise, thank you for the kind words. Thank you, Al. Thank you, everybody, for getting in. We'll do it again tomorrow night. Big game 3 tomorrow night for Kamar Rocker. Don't forget, check out Bryce and his show tomorrow as well. He'll have a lot more and the very latest with Josh Young and Rowdy Tellez. And then I will be with you tomorrow night. And again, I don't mean I'm not rushing through your questions here tonight. I'm just trying to pick up the pace a little bit like they want me to do. But I read every comment, read every question, and I sincerely appreciate every one of you, and really, really grateful that you make it a point to not only be a part of the show every game, but also staying up late like a night like tonight. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow night. Final score tonight, the Rangers rout the Angels 13-1. This has been the Rangers POSTCAST.